So desired outcomes is generate a video clip excerpt from a YouTube video and add the captions to the video with the inputs of a highlight, which is basically has a beginning time, an end time, a YouTube video, and a transcript.
So to paraphrase, it sounds like what we're doing is we're building a tool that we can run. Perhaps it's command line or perhaps it's web-based, but it can take a video. It can find something exciting, maybe an excerpt from the video.
Yeah.
Right? Or we're going to have it look at the whole audio, right?
We can even make it more concrete. Eric Meyer talked, the famous father of Link, Visual Basic. And so he gave a great talk on LLMs and coding. Here is a YouTube talk. And the guy presenting him looks almost the same. So the inputs were a whole bunch of screenshots I took. And here are the highlights. And so for each one of these highlights, I would love to extract this portion of the video from the YouTube video and then overlay captions.
Where'd the highlight come from? You did this manually?
Yeah, I did it on my phone. I took a screenshot. And so each one of these got sent to ChatGPT 4.0 to extract what is the name of the podcast, the episode, and the playback time. And I think, just so you know, I had ChatGPT using CHOP, chat-oriented programming. I think the prompt was, I'm going to give you a bitmap image, march down the left until you see a red line, and then march to the right until you see a non-red pixel, and then compute the percentage complete.
Nice. Nice. Okay.
I hadn't written any sort of code like that in 30 years. So it was like effing amazing that it gave me the closure code to do that. It was like one of the big aha moments. That was in January. Anyway, so yeah, so then once that is computed, that's overlaid onto the transcript, and each one of these kind of highlights gets projected onto the transcript.
Gotcha. So we're going to extract the highlighted bits to make subtitles, basically?
I think so. I think it's going to be download the YouTube video, which I did manually, and then extract a segment from the video using ffmpeg.
Yep.
I think it's extract the transcript and then overlay subtitles. So here's an example of someone who's done this really well. There's a guy named Sarnik. He does a great job going through these AI videos, and he just excerpts the relevant parts with captions. And he puts down a source from YouTube. And I think they're really interesting. And so I did one experiment where I manually put what I thought were interesting parts, and I put links to the YouTube video. Obviously, it'd be great to have the video there just to complete my download of the kind of state of tool. I showed you this last time. There's a tool called Video.ai that you upload video URLs, and it will actually automatically generate what it thinks are the most interesting parts, and it can excerpt video clips. And there's another tool called Opus Pro that does something similar.
But we're not using those. We're building that.
We're not going to use these. We're going to build it. Exactly. And then there's I do the same thing for podcasts, and there's a tool called Audiocado where you upload a podcast and it will generate like a video kind of using something. But yeah, I show that just for completeness.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Your competitors.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Everything's written in Clojure. And I have GitHub Copilot. I got JetBrains AI Assistant. And of course, I have Cody. Everything's enabled. So am I good to go?
Yeah, we're good to go. Actually, you should probably also have a whatever foundation LLM chat window open in your browser of your choice, your preference. I usually have Claude, Gemini, and ChatGPT all open.
That's a great call. You know what? I actually love Claude, but I love the ChatGPT app. So let's just use that for now. Just watched a talk from the guy who wrote the cursive closure plugin for IntelliJ, and he was actually talking about how good the AST generation inside of IntelliJ is.
It's very good. And it's also very language specific. And so if you have a coding assistant that needs to do language neutral things, find the innermost class-like enclosing block,
Ah,
then you can't use IntelliJ at all. It is completely useless for it. So we had to switch to Tree Sitter, and that works great.
interesting. Oh, here we go. Good. Hello, Cody. All right. Shoo. All
So
right.
yeah, we're looking at Cody Chat right here, and we're looking at a project that does what so far?
So the back end, just starting up right now. And the front end, that's all this stuff. This is has all the database full of the screenshot. It drives the generation of the photo analysis and whatever. Then I hit go to transcript, and then that pulls up a screen like this. So I think what I'd like to do is I forgot to put this in the plan, but I think I need to add a button here that will basically send to the back end. Actually, maybe I'll just hijack this button here. But yeah, right now, if I click this button, it goes through every one of the highlights. In fact, let me just click it. Basically, it sends to Gemini each one of these highlights and it rewrites it to clean up the ums and uhs. It paragraphizes them instead of every line, chunks them up by paragraph.
How long did it take you to write this with Chop, out of curiosity?
Because I've been working on it off and on since January, and I'll say scores of hours.
Okay.
But lots of little pieces.
It's an amazing, turning into a great tool. If you're gonna be able to have lots and lots of these excerpts.
Yeah. Yeah. At least count 6,000 of them, of which I've done nothing with over 15 years. So the idea of to turn them into potentially hundreds of interesting tidbits that, I took 34 of these screenshots. You know what? I think let's just hijack the clarify function. Right now in the back end, I now have the transcript over here. And I have this highlight. Okay, so this would be one excerpt. Let's just maybe use this as the input to drive the manipulation of the movie file.
Do you have an idea how you're gonna send it to ffmpeg? Are you gonna shell out, or?
Yeah, let's shell out. Give me a second here. I'm going to create a little. Now I have in a file everything I need to capture the inputs, I think.
So you have the start and end times, and the video is also available on disk somewhere.
Yep.
Which is enough for you to construct the ffmpeg command.
That's right. That's right.
Have you thought about generating all this code with chat rather than typing it out?
That'd be a great idea, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chat's right there.
Actually, let's do that.